It's time to open the gates. Let's do it. General opinion -10. You know, left the common folk, I suppose. But let's not forget that royalty, especially in the woods, is of the utmost importance right now. Now, with that said, the gates are open. We only have that effect for a year, so that's okay. And, you know, moving forward, I think we'll be able to overcome it. Now, let's see if we can also go back to our original plan and come back to the point where we're going to try to get rid of rude and cruel. Let's see if we can do it. The King of the Reach. The Reach is no longer a feudal empire. Instead, it is a republic operated by the Archmaester, Lord Magister John Thor the Holy of the Reach. It is a republic. They have quite a bit of gold. Much more than we do at this moment. We haven't quite recovered from... Good God, he's got a lot. We have not quite recovered from the Valyrian steel trip yet. But he's also dishonorable, which is interesting. It's an interesting concept. He's also old gods in first man, which is good. But yeah, and ironically, Old Town is still a ruin. They haven't colonized it or anything like that. So that's interesting. I'd be interested to see what would happen. The reason I found that out is because we actually have the ability to press some claims. We could press for Blackheart, which is right here. It would kind of make sense in terms of where our borders are currently, but the one that makes more sense is actually Harpshire, which we can also press a claim for. I don't know that Valar would do that in his advanced age, but that may be a good kind of first step into war for the Crown Prince, Prince Aelix. So it'd be interesting. We'll see if we can actually pull it off. So far, things are shaping up to be pretty good for Prince Aelix. If we have 2 more years, actually we have less than that. We do have 2 more years, yeah, 2 full years of. We only have 1 more year till we see his adult portrait, but we have 2 more years of education before he comes out. Hopefully, with Brilliant Commander, which would push him up to, I would say, a pretty good martial stat. And then hopefully in that time he also gains Formidable Fighter, which would be incredible. Don't get me wrong, it would be incredible. Let's see if we can pull that off. We have high hopes, big aspirations. I don't know if we're going to be able to do it, but we're going to try. We're going to try as hard as we can. And in the event that we fail, I guess as a ruler, there's always an opportunity to try to gain more, you know, to try to improve combat ability. That's always a possibility, I assume. Stormlander Liberation Revolt. Interesting. This guy is still fighting all those wars. Still fighting all those wars. And actually, he has not... He has a truce with Lord Bennett of Storm's End. The Stormlands itself doesn't. I don't see the Stormlander Liberation War. Lord Bellos of Summerfield actually is doing quite well with the claim that he's pressing. 73% in his favor. Lord Ebros's. So that may actually resolve this, and we may actually go back to having a feudal government here in the Stormlands. Not that I'm going to quietly support that, but I don't really have enough gold to fund this guy's war. 17, I can do that. I can add a little bit of gold into your pocket in order to help you win this war. We'll see. We'll see what happens with that, and going forward, I think that that's going to make a big difference. If we can get this back into a feudal government, then we actually have the opportunity to maybe do something with the Stormlands here in the near future. Okay, young Aelix is showing strong tendencies toward prideful behavior. This is because he has haughty, which is amazing. This is good. He can either gain proud or ambitious. Proud is a great trait for a ruler. Prestige. Ambitious, it's not so great. But becoming, I'm talking about proud in terms of ambition, opinion. Ambition is amazing. Ambitious, if we can gain that, that'd be amazing. So let's try it. He's going to gain one or the other. Let's see which one it is. It's proud. Of course it is. Well, it's never what you want it to be. I don't know if I'm choosing the wrong thing there. I don't think I am. It always says chance of becoming ambitious, so I guess it's just not that high of a chance. I mean, proud isn't that bad. Ambitious would be great because it adds a lot of, you know, a lot of stats in up here. But it's not the end of the world if we don't have that. Let's just hope Rowdy turns out just as good. So yeah, we haven't even quite gotten to his birthday yet. And here we are, you know, already. He's on his last childhood trait. Not to mention what we'll gain as a ruler, because there's always a chance to gain, you know, once you actually choose your focus, there's always an opportunity. So he's 14 now, he can marry. I think that would be for the best. Get Bessa Weirwood in here as quickly as we can, and let her, let them try to maybe have a son very quickly. Thank you. Lord Edric, the mountain that rides. This guy is just fantastic. Old God's first man. You know, if there's a chance if Aelix's last childhood trait turns into something pretty quickly, we may just go ahead and put him under the mountain and hope that, you know, ends up going in our favor. Maybe as a formidable fighter there, they'll have a good opportunity to, like, yeah, maybe they'll have a good opportunity to gain formidable fighter. He's been prolific. He has more kids. So Brian died, but Dudley was born 5 years ago. He has another son, Arwood, who is 2 years old, and then Ursula, who is actually an imbecile. Ooh, that's not good. I guess there's always a chance of that happening. Man. But Arwood, let's focus on the positive here. Arwood, gonna be great. Ameria, who is our niece, maybe would be a good opportunity. I didn't even notice that. So we have our green sight daughter, who's a warg, actually is also named Amaria. Didn't know that. So yeah, there we go. This is of Prince Xavier's line, Princess Amira. So yeah, let's send that. Let's do that. Good. We'll keep the weirwood traits going pretty well, I think, right there. Okay, so Prince Aelix and Bessa Weird have gotten married, and it is customary for a dowry to be paid for the groom's house. So Edric doesn't have a lot of money, but it is everybody's concern. We gained 50 gold. That was very generous for considering his gold was not that high. He did not have that much to invest. So let's actually hold a wedding feast. I have to go through all these command to end wars that I don't want to end. Alright, we're going to hold a wedding feast. We lose 75 gold, but it actually increases their odds of having children, which would be a good thing, I think. All my vassals will be there. I have been given orders for a grand ceremony for the feast to be hosted in Bear Hall in honor of Prince Aelix and Bessa Weirwood's wedding. Let the preparations begin. All the vassals shall come, and then the betrothal. May you live in harmony and contentment, my king. I have decided to accept your suggestion of a betrothal between Princess Ameria and Arwood. So fantastic. They're going, and now we have the wedding feast. We don't have a ton of gold. We do have quite a bit of gold coming in. Our monthly balance is pretty good. I think since the Stormlands is getting rocked, maybe it has stymied just a hair, just a little bit, but that's okay. We're actually doing all right in terms of gold and income and all that kind of stuff. We're not really having to worry about too much here. We did have a son born. William Wayne is a genius, and Liana Hull is not. They have a daughter who is a genius, and I already have her betrothed to Brendan's son, and then Orland, who is neither. So you are going to be given the duty focus. Hopefully you will be a good courtier to somebody else someday, because you won't stay in my court. Let's just kind of get rid of all these notifications up here. The best part of holding a wedding is organizing the whole event. See, I disagree. I think that sounds like something a nerd would say, Valor. The best part of holding a wedding is obviously the wedding itself. The best part of holding a wedding is whenever they play all of those stereotypical wedding songs like the wobble and the chicken dance. It's organizing the whole event, apparently, to Valor it is. So if we spend lavishly, we go in the hole about 30 gold. I'm not going to do that. We can just keep it above. We keep our heads above water if we spend enough to make it nice. So let's do that. Everyone was talking about the musicians, and I finally had some time off for the preparations for my feast, so I could see with my own eyes and hear with my own ears what people were talking about. The musicians were good, and they were looking for a patron. So I can lose 20 gold there, or I can, sorry, not enough. Let's see if we... Ooh, event's just kind of chilling out under there. That's kind of funny. We can actually go ahead and do that. But let's see. If we take out a loan, we gain 400 gold at 25 interest. Dang. We can... any vassal. So I actually don't have any vassals that have that amount of gold. We can take a loan of 400. I don't really want to do that though, so no. Hereby invite you to the imprudent jester, High King Valor. I thank you for your invitation, but I will not be able to attend the wedding. In fact, I refuse to set my foot in the same castle as you, respectfully. It's a good way to end that. It's like, with all due respect, no. So, she currently has 2 children. She has an unacknowledged bastard, wow, that sucks, who's actually being educated by this guy, the mountain clansman, who is a maester. That's an interesting become. Maester Hearst would like to advise his liege in spiritual matters, so he just wants to become. He just wants to transcend. He wants to become. It's a new thing. It's part of being a mountain clansman of the old gods. You just want to transcend. It's a goal that people have. Anyways, I digress. She also has Lord Manfred, who is the son. It doesn't have it quick though. Lord Manfred of House Whitewood. So that's okay. He is actually the heir. Lord Manfred is. So that's good, and we're actually going to see about arranging a guardian. And it doesn't really matter because we can call in our favor on them, so we're actually going to do the High King Valor. She would accept anyways, so that's good. We're actually going to educate him then in Bear Hall. That'll be good. We actually have good stats, and even though this mountain clansman has good traits, he has a base martial of 0, which I am fairly certain we don't want young, what was his name? Why don't I remember what his name is? We don't want young Manfred to have a martial of 0. So, in spite of his stewardship being fantastic, we don't want that to happen. So, yeah, we're gonna take over the duties of training young Master Manfred, and if we have any luck, he'll turn out to be the next great ruler of House Whitewood, which is fantastic. But she is refusing to come. So, to the brave High King Valor, I thank you for your invitation, but I will not be able to attend the wedding. Please send my regards to the newly betrothed. So I don't know why this guy can't, but at least he was respectful about it. His respectfully actually carried some weight. My courtier, Algantine of Old Anchor, has expressed a desire to get married. She's 37. She was married to Adam Hull. They have 1 daughter, Lena Hull, who's actually, we saw Orland Hull be born earlier. So, yeah. Algantine of Old Anchor wants to get married. I will find you someone nice. You don't have any congenital traits, so if I can't find anybody, I'm just going to ask you to leave. Arrange marriage. Donald of Bonningale is quick. That's a, I mean, that's a good... I think that's a good fit. I mean, she doesn't have any congenital traits, but he's still old enough to produce children, and she has a couple more years. So let's do that. That's fine by me. To the chaste High King Valor. Chaste High King Valor. She's blind, so, I mean, obviously, she couldn't read what she was writing, so she probably just forgot that she wrote High King in there the first time. To the chaste High King Valor. I thank you for your invitation, but I will not be able to attend the wedding. Please send my regards to the newly betrothed, Lady Sharna. She also has the gout. That sucks. So she was blinded for being a tyrant and dishonorable, or maybe one of those things happened first and the other one, so I don't know. And she's the daughter of Lord Paramount Dennis Fairgate, which is interesting because, the Fairgates have not done well. I'm surprised I've let them stay Lords Paramount for this long. Yeah, Lord Paramount Desmond, tyrannical stain, but he's so far been an okay ruler. He's currently betrothed to Lady Tya Lannister, who also has tyrannical stain. So we'll see if he can help pull the Northwoods out of whatever hole they're currently in. Like I said, the Northwoods are not going to stay in their possession for too much longer. But hopefully that leads to more peace in the Northwood area. We need to fix this. This bugs me. Does this bug anybody else right here? Stiflin being part of the Redwoods. I don't know if it bothers you, but it bothers me. It bothers me. It's just the weird color being right there. So the Chase High King Valor. You don't have any excuse, bud. You don't have any excuse for writing like that. At all. Master Anson. Whoops. The Traveling Bards played for us while dancing to Fast Tune and Glad Tune, which made me want to dance. Invited everyone to dance. I danced until I panted and my face was red. And then I had to sit down and rest for a while, watching the dancers and the courtiers having more fun than in a long time. So I'd like to hire you for the wedding. We gain some prestige back, and we lose 20 gold, or we lose 40 prestige, which we'll do, I suppose. I don't know why I even decided to hold the wedding feast in the first place. May you live in harmony and contentment. I gladly accept a guardianship contract between High King Valor and Lord Manfred. So good, we actually hold him now and can influence his education a little bit better, which is good. I mean, obviously, it's what you want, right? When you have a crazy person as the head of your house currently, you definitely want to do everything you possibly can to get their heir out from, underneath them. So the guests have finally arrived. All is ready. The servants have worked day and night to prepare and decorate the dance hall. Bessa's gown is splendid, as we knew it would. She's the daughter of the mountain. Why wouldn't she be, beautiful in her dress? And the castle has never looked lovelier. Prince Aelix, we are proud of you. Go forth, become married. Welcome to the wedding, everybody. Okay. Now, Bessa Weirwood and Aelix Bear stand before the heart tree of the old gods to take up a solemn vow of marriage. The great lords and ladies of the woods look upon as he drapes the arms of House Bear around the bride to finally seal their marriage. And now for the feast, which we spent the least amount of money on. And there's raiders. Raiders have arrived. And they actually have enough. Oh, look, they're gonna get crushed. Sorry about your luck, bud. You're gonna get crushed. I mean, did you ever really doubt? Did you ever really doubt that Lord Paramount Lionel wouldn't crush the raiders on his land? They're fleeing. They're just running because they're scared. We could probably just raise the army right here. Let's see how many men that is. I thought about doing that, but how many men is that? 3,000? Nah, not really enough. And they'll raise with like 0 morale. What day are you arriving? January 1st? No, not worth it. Let them flee, as we knew they would. The feast is winding down, and now only the bedding remains. Auga. Aelix and Bessa are stripped of all garments by the revelers, who make many a body joke along the way, which is weird because they're 18 and 14. So, ooh, good luck with that. They are then finally bundled into their bedchamber, where they are finally left alone. A fine tradition, increasing fertility, which is fantastic. The world is a dangerous place, and devious plots are everywhere. Rumors have reached you that people are conspiring to kill your wife, Impheria. This is worrying. It is worrying. Especially considering that she's really done nothing wrong outside of having a bastard son. Whose legitimacy we cannot investigate. But we know. Oh, we know. We know. And it's not like we didn't do the same thing, but still, we know. Oh, look, they had a son. Or a daughter. Belena Tressel. Who doesn't have any congenital traits. Gosh. Did I marry her? Yeah, they're both quick. And she's attractive. And they still don't have any congenital traits. And neither does Dickon. Man. Cursed. The morning after the wedding feast has come, and all the lords and ladies are finally making their way home. All agree it was a fine celebration, and many predict the newlyweds shall be most content. I had fun, and so did everybody else. So we gained 80 prestige. So we gained back the prestige we lost. Vassal opinions +5, which is always beneficial, especially when you're the High King Valor. And 2, well, now 1. Oh no. Wow. Your brother, Prince Xavier Bear, has died. Died a natural death at the age of 52. It now falls to you to decide whether to make the funeral a big and special event or just keep it a small and private one. So, just a small private funeral will suffice for a brilliant commander, a great person. Xavier Bear, the Red Bear. Xavier Bear. Whose line will die out, but that's okay, because he was alive to, make. So Dick on Rivers. Did I do that? Did I mean to do that? Did I really do that? I think I did that on purpose. They're cousins. That's weird. Anyways, sorry. I mean, they're gonna continue House Bear, I suppose. That's fine. So, anyways, the line will die out, sort of, because I guess not. Matrilineal betrothal, not gonna die out, and she's quick. So maybe I do remember that. I don't know. My memory sometimes, guys. I scare myself. So you must decide whether to make the funeral a big one. Just a small private funeral will suffice. So that's what we'll do. We'll have a small private funeral. We have an advisor position open, and I want to give it to, preferably, we're going to give it to John Egros, who is our newest courtier, or one of our newest courtiers, I suppose I should say. We have a couple of open positions in terms of special things that can go down, and so we're going to award them out. Some of our major vassals don't like us, and I don't know why. Coward. Lost award. Charitable versus cruel. Religious differences. Green dreams. Rude, cruel. Event of the commoners. So we're going to actually make the Lord Paramount of Southwood, Lord Roman, our regent, which will be fine. He doesn't really like us, but that'll improve his opinion of us a little bit. We have an open bodyguard position, and we have a formidable fighter, William Roseworth, who is our only our commander. He was our master at arms, which we would do if Lord Paramount Lionel was not. Still waiting on that to go down, bud. 25% yearly. Hasn't happened. Actually, I suppose it did happen recently, but let's see what other minor titles we have. High Almoner. We could grant that to Lord Roman. Why not? Improve your opinion. Get it back in the positive. Everything else looks great. Everything looks good. I'm fine with all of that. And let's press forward a little bit. Gain a little bit of that gold, you know. Oh, the population of Derry has been converted to Old God's faith. That's good. So for 5 years, there's unrest in Derry. Eventually, something's going to happen to Lord Redhorn. He's 69. They typically don't live longer than that. He's had cancer for a really long time. Must have really high health, though. So, we'll see. Successful treatment in fit condition. That helps. That's why he's living for so long. He's a vampire. No, I'm just kidding. He's in fit condition, which, I mean, why wouldn't he be, right? I think whenever you have the war focus, it gives you the opportunity to have that, so that's always good. Defeated major revolt. That helps. My liege, armed thugs attacked me while investigating the rumor of a plot in Bear Hall. I barely escaped with my life and am now severely wounded. Quentin Roseridge, who is our hand of the king. Lord Quentin, who is quick, has a daughter who is not. Sinister forces are at work.